Hey YouTube, Shawn here. Today we're going to learn Neko Case's new song, Man. We got capo on the 3rd fret and about a handful of chords, mostly open chord shapes. If you don't know how to play some of these chords, just wait until the end and I'll explain how to play them. So, let's start from the top. We got G major for 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. And then E minor for 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. C major for 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. A7 for 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and those 4 chords just loop around through the first verse, through the instrumental break after the first verse, through the second verse, all the way until halfway through the second verse. So, I'm just going to play this a little bit so you can hear how it goes. And again, you go all the way until halfway through verse 2. So, once we're there, the words, bullies were no match for me, is kind of the cue to go into this little part. It never repeats this part that I'm going to do. It just happens in this section. So it's 1 measure of A minor, 1, 2, 4, 1 measure of E minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 measures of C, but watch out because it's syncopated. It goes 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Again, it's 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we go to G. G happens for 4 measures after that syncopated C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. And then you're into the first chorus. So let me play that little middle section there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. So that leads in again into the first chorus. The first chorus goes like this. So those chords are B7, E minor, C major, G major. And then go 2 beats, 2 beats, 2 beats, 2 beats. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So on the first chorus, you're playing those chords and it's an instrumental before the words come in. So you go 4 times around before she starts singing. And I'm muting this so that it can build up to when she starts to sing. Like that. When you do the singing over the first chorus, you're going to play that progression I did earlier only 3 times, and the 4th time you're just extending those last 2 chords, the C and the G. So this is while the words are happening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the 4th time coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So that's how that works. So again, we're just taking those last 2 chords, extending the C1 measure, extending the G3 extra measures. Alright, so we just finished the first chorus, now we're into the guitar solos. Uses the same progression as earlier, G, E minor, C, A7. 2 measures apiece, remember? Whoops. After the guitar solos, another verse over the same chords. And then we're into the second chorus. The second chorus jumps straight into the words. There's no instrumental break before it. So we do what we did earlier 3 times. On the 4th time, let's C for 2 measures, G for 4 measures. And that's the song. Once you finish the second chorus, end on a G, and you're done. So, very simple, only 2 sections, and that little middle part that happens in the second verse. So for you guys who need to know how to make these chords, this is for you. First finger behind the 2nd fret of the A string, 3rd finger behind the 3rd fret of the E string, 3rd finger behind the, let me start over. This is a G chord. First finger behind the 2nd fret of the A string, 2nd finger behind the 3rd fret of the E string, 3rd finger behind the 3rd fret of the B string, 4th finger behind the 3rd fret of the high E string. Play all 6. This makes, again, a G chord. All these numbers are relative to the capo, so it's 1, 2, 3. G. E minor goes like this, 2nd and 3rd fingers behind the 2nd frets of the A and D strings. Play all 6. C goes like this, 1st finger behind the 1st fret of the B string, 2nd finger behind the 2nd fret of the D string, 3rd finger behind the 3rd fret of the A string. Play the A through high E's. Don't play the low E. Next is C major. A7 goes like this, 2nd finger behind the 2nd fret of the D string, 3rd finger behind the 2nd fret of the B string. Play the A through E strings. Again, no low E. Makes that kind of sound. Those are the chords over the verses. That little middle part on the 2nd verse goes like this. A minor is 1st finger behind the 1st fret of the B string, 3rd finger behind the 2nd fret of the G string, 2nd finger behind the 2nd fret of the D string. Play the A through high E's. Makes that sound. E minor we did earlier, C we did earlier. So, let's move on to the chorus. B7 is like this. 1st finger behind the 1st fret of the D string, 2nd finger behind the 2nd fret of the A string, 3rd finger behind the 2nd fret of the G string, 4th finger behind the 2nd fret of the high E string. Now most of the time I don't include this pinky here. I just play the first 3 fingers, but make sure that I only play the middle 4 strings. That's how I play a B7. Though if you do want to get the extra top note in. That's how you do it. E minor we did earlier, C major we did earlier, G major we did earlier. All of those chords is the song. So if you have any questions or suggestions, shoot me a message, send me a comment. I usually upload 2 a day during the weekdays, maybe sometimes on the weekend. So any songs that you guys want to learn, just send me a message again. Please subscribe so because I do this every day. Alright, thanks YouTube. I'll see you later.